All right, so we're going to go ahead and talk about where the Starlink dish is going to go. A little bit different than I originally planned on, mainly because in the middle of winter, I don't know how I'm going to get up to the second story roof without falling and killing myself. And plus, it's a little far to run the cable all the way from there to where the cable hookup is on the back side of my house. So I'm going to go ahead and take you outside, and especially today, since you'll see as soon as we get outside here how much snow there is. This is just absolutely positively ridiculous. Sorry if the video quality is a little crap, but you can see here. Let's look, see if I can't figure out how to swap this around. All right, so coming on out here, you can see coming around. It's pretty deep even where I'm stepping at, but my plan is instead to go right up on the top of that back porch up there, right up there at the top of that ladder. And the reason why is because I think it's going to be easier to go ahead and mount. And plus, let's be real, I'm a scaredy cat when it comes to heights, so I really don't need to go ahead and get all the way, go ahead and fall from the second story. So, all right, so you can see up here, this is pretty much where I'm going to be going, straight ahead on top. Got my phone up here. I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but the whole idea behind the Starlink app, and I'll try to show it to you a little bit on the inside, is, let me get logged in here, is if you can see right now, and I think you're going to have a hard time seeing it, there's basically a circle of what you're looking for. So if I tilt my phone up, right, I'm hoping, can I see it? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to see it. And this should be easy enough. So there you have it right here. It should be easy enough to go ahead and to put it up here on the side, and then afterwards string it on the side of the house, and in between those two trees there is where the cable actually leads on in. So I really only have to come down the side of the roof, down the side, and then straight on over. I think I'll be okay. It's probably the best option for me out here. So, and out in suburbia, especially when you look at all this snow, right? I mean, this snow is just ridiculous. It's pretty good. Well, guys, it's finally here. I'm like super excited. The SpaceX box has arrived. As you can see here in the background, it's pretty massive, right? Okay, so the first thing to note is I thought when this was going to come, this was going to have your traditional cable that went outside. But yeah, it doesn't appear that that's the case. In fact, I've never had satellite cable before, or satellite internet before. But what happens with this setup is the cable comes directly from, and it's not your normal cable, it's actually an Ethernet cable. So that actually is a little surprising to me. I did not know that that was how this was going to go. There's nothing wrong with that, but just the fact that I think I'm going to be limited on the amount of space and where I can physically put that because of this. So I think my original plan will work. I just think I'm going to have to drill a hole from the outside of the house to the inside of the house in order to run the cable where it needs to go. I think that's what the solution is going to have to be. So I'm going to have to rethink this for a little bit. I should also note that that this box here appears to be the router. So I took the cable out of this side. That's what runs to the actual satellite. Comes in over here, and it seems like this white cord here is what goes to my wireless, my Wi-Fi router then. So I guess this will be my modem. Excuse me, that'd be my modem, and this would be my router once I actually get it in. This actually has a plug to it, which is extremely interesting. As I said, I don't know what to think about that, exactly how I'm going to run it yet, because I do have outside plugs, so I guess I could have it outside. I don't know that that's the smartest thing to do, because then I'd be leaving the entire system apt to be stolen, but maybe it is. I'll have to take a look at this and figure it out. So I'm going to go ahead and put it up there on the top eventually. That'll be a much better place to house it than over here in the side where it takes up space on the counter. I'll put Alexa up there too, it'll be fine. But yeah, I figure if we go ahead and put it up there, it'll be out of sight, out of mind. Plus, over the course of Christmas, my wife likes to have a Christmas village all up on the top of this, and it'll make it much simpler since that'll be up there to have power strips all the way across the top. Okay, so another thing I want to cover real quick is the way the satellite is set up before I actually run and hook this up and run my first test. All right, I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera here. Now down here on the actual satellite, there's a couple of buttons, right? These two buttons on the front and on the back, they're actually little spring clips. It's really ingenuitive, really super simple. So what will happen is I'll be able to punch them or push them in, be able to take out the satellite, so that way I can work with this bottom base mount separately out on my back porch. And once I do that, then I can come back afterwards, click it on in and test it on out. All right, so real quick update. I went out to the hardware store and I got 3 5/16 bolts along with a nut, 2 washers and 1 lock washer in order to go ahead and attach it straight through the metal portion of my back porch. Now that I've got that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set that up outside so you guys can see. All right, so I need a 4.5 to 5 inch long bolt for the one because I didn't measure, and they always say measure twice, cut once, or measure twice, drill once, and I didn't do that. So it went straight through one of the support beams, so I need a longer bolt to go ahead and mount it. I am going to go ahead and mount the rest of it though, and then go ahead and try to power it on while I have a chance. Woohoo! It's working! I got it. So it's found it. It found the Starlink. I've got my MacBook Mini Air over here. Let me see if I can't zoom in here. Wants me to create a new password. Going to the Ookla speed test. And let's see live here as we're going. It's connecting Starlink SpaceX. I have 60 megabytes, 63 megabytes instantaneously, 55. It's pretty good. I'm willing to have that. I'm good. All right. I'm uploading at 7 megabytes, 9 megabytes a second. Holy crap baskets. That is pretty impressive. I have to say, I am pretty thoroughly impressed with that. Oh, you seem like you froze up. So let's try that again. Oh, let register. Screwed up on the upload. Let's go ahead and try and retest that. Download speed again, just one more time. Sorry, let me get there so you can't. Blocks it. New download speed. Oh, it's lagged a bit there. Must have lost the satellite. So it's turned quite a bit from where I originally had it. That's cool because if I was to go over and show you the satellite right now, you would actually see that the satellite is turning as the day goes on. That's actually pretty cool. 32 megabyte down. I mean, that's plenty speed for what I need in my house. Let's try one more time. And now I got 130. I mean, like, this is the kind of speeds I get with Buckeye. This right here is the best I can get out of Buckeye service. And Elon tells me that this is going to get all the way up to, via Twitter. He didn't tell me personally. But Elon says this is going to get all the way up to 300 megabytes a second, download speed here by the end of summer. I am super excited, though. This works. This is, especially for being a prototype beta, I would consider this a winner chicken dinner. This is going to be good enough to go ahead and get me to disconnect. So,
Wow, guys, I am absolutely just blown away. The modem and the router are placed in the absolute worst space, and I'm still getting somewhere around the vicinity of 13, 14 devices hooked up with no issues whatsoever and no drops across the entire place. Tomorrow I'm going to be going through and I'm going to be redesigning where that's actually going to be going to, like I showed you earlier. And I'm going to try to get it set up officially and actually, get rid of Buckeye Cable here by the end of the week. The next video that I'll be doing about a Starlink update part 3 here in a couple weeks, I'll be comparing bills, and I'll also be comparing some use cases. I'll try to get some people over here and try to get these different devices taxing things at the exact same time. Maybe try to get 6 or 7 different TVs playing Netflix while a couple of kids are playing different video games and somebody maybe is online gaming at the same time. See how much I can tax the system and what kind of lag I get with that. I think, though, what this means for the entire world is just, it's just going to change everything. The idea that you can put this anywhere. You can have this attached to a boat. You can have this attached to an RV. For me, I can have this on rental properties, duplexes and triplexes of low-income apartments that, it will help out some of my tenants that can't afford internet. This is something that's going to be reasonable, and it's going to literally change the entire world. I mean, the speed's only going to increase, and I have a feeling that once mass adoption starts hitting the Main Street, prices will probably come down too, just the same as Tesla drives down the prices with the Model 3 and has been doing cut after cut after cut as they continue to scale. Well, that about wraps up today's episode. What I want to know, though, is how you think about Starlink. Tell me about it down in the comments below. And when you're down there, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and go ahead and share this with a friend. That way it helps out the YouTube channel. The Dad Manual is produced every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm Andrew Sherman. Thank you for joining me. And remember, failure is never bad. Failure to try and learn is. Have a good one.